Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's pretty dark outside right now. I'm actually down at my creek trying to catch some bait for a early morning catfish video tomorrow. But last night I was out at the lake house and I caught a bunch of crappie and cleaned them up on camera and cooked them up for a little crappie catch and cook. So stay tuned if that's something you're interested in. Alrighty y'all, I'm just waiting on that sun to go down and those lights to kick up, and I'll get out there and I'll catch a couple crappie. I was only able to catch 3 minnows, which is kind of a risky move because I suspect white bass will take them, but I've got some jigs, so if I run out of minnows I can just use jigs. And yeah, I'll see you once the sun's down and the lights are on. If you watched my previous video on catching crappie on Lake LBJ at night, you would know that there's a bunch of underwater lights that flick on once it gets dark, and they really bring the fish to them and make it easy to catch them. My plan for the night was to just get out there, hit a light or two, catch a few crappie, and head on in. So the goal is you want to stay off of the lights just a little bit, just enough not to spook the fish, but in all reality, if they're down on the bottom, you can probably just pull right up to the light and you're not going to spook them. So basically what I'm doing, guys, is I'm tossing my minnow in there and I'm dropping it all the way down and I'm just sort of reeling it in slow and finding the depth those crappie are at. If you really want to see how to catch crappie, I've got another video that I've already posted. I'll link it right up here in this corner. It might actually be this corner over here. I'm not really sure, but you should click on it, check it out. Caught a lot of crappie that night. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, he's got it. Might keep. We're gonna have to measure that one. No, he's about 10 inches and he's bleeding, so be sportsmanlike, go ahead and keep him since he's probably not gonna live anyway. And he probably is about 10 inches. Alrighty y'all, so we've caught one. I've used my only shiner, which are the minnows that usually you buy at a store. I managed to catch one. And I've got 2 crappie minnows. They're like those glass minnows. I don't think they're very good bait, but we'll see. Something probably eats them. Yep, that's fish. There's your light fish. You see, there's a giant cable down there. While the lights do attract the fish, you are going to snag up on them from time to time, and try as you might, like I'm trying here, you're not going to get your hook out of there once it's embedded. You know, some people hook their minnows through the tail, and I have a couple issues with that. The first one being that I think it kills the minnow a lot quicker, and you really want some live bait. The second is that they can't really swim around as natural. Not that having a hook through their face helps them swim, but it has more of a natural appearance to the crappie down there. So if I were you, I'm not telling you what to do, but I would hook it through the mouth. Oh, I think I had a hit there. That's at least gives me some hope for the crappie minnow. Sure, if they hit a jig, they'd hit a glass minnow. I'm feeling more confident with this thing now. That's not a crappie. That's not a crappie at all, y'all. That's a bigger fish. Wow. That there broke my line. Alright, well y'all just witnessed that. I'm out here for crappie and I probably just had about a 10-pound fish on. I'm using 6-pound test, so there's just no way I was going to keep that fish on. But I'm out of minnows now. And that tells me that they do in fact eat those glass minnows. So now I'm using a jig, and we'll see what can happen. Just a silver, sparkly jig. I'm not real confident with it, but if I can just catch one more crappie, we probably got enough food. I moved to a deeper light and wanted to kind of show you all how to fish a jig once it's on the bottom, but white bass and small crappie kept grabbing it on the way down. I'm on the bottom. Now I can actually fish a jig. Well, what you want to do with the jig is, I have a fish. That's a crappie too. That's a nice crappie. You like that? I could feel him. I knew he was a crappie. In fact, I'll just whip this one. What I was going to say before that crappie hit was that you just want to kind of jig it up very, very slowly. It's not like fishing a bass jig. I'm talking inches, half inches at a time. Crappie like a very, very slow presentation. Sometimes they'll even hit it while it's falling, which is why you want to kind of check your line once it goes slack. I knew it was 25 feet deep there, but sometimes it was only sinking 15 feet and stopping, which means you've got a fish on the line. Caught a few more, packed it up, and headed on in. Okay guys, well here we are with the 4 crappie that we kept. Got 2 little ones here and 2 nice slabs here with messed up tails. I went ahead and killed them with pliers because I would rather clean fish dead than alive. Some people clean them alive, and I'm not telling you not to clean them alive. I just think that if someone were to clean me, I'd rather them kill me first, humanely, than cut my arms and legs off while I'm alive. But let's get into it. I've got a bucket, I've got my hose here, bucket's down here, got a plate for the fillets, and got my electric knife, so let's just start cleaning them here. I've got a video on how to clean crappie with an electric knife, and I'll post the link, you know the drill, one of these corners, not sure which one. I think it's this one. Alright, I'm gonna get in the house, rinse them up, and we're gonna cook them. Alrighty, after you've got your fish nice and cleaned up, what you're gonna do is you need 3 things. You need some oil, peanut oil is best. This is a mix, apparently it's supposed to be better. You're gonna need a good seasoning. You can either make your own. I really just prefer to buy some seasoning. This is the shrimp fry. The reason I'm getting the shrimp fry is I like the texture and the taste. You get whatever you like. And my big thing is mustard. So we're gonna go ahead and start out here with the mustard, shake it up real good, and just get a bunch on this plate, because what I'm gonna do is literally just soak every single one of these in mustard. And what I mean by that is you're gonna get your hands dirty here. So just go ahead and boom, and just, I know this looks gross, but y'all trust me, it is gonna be so good. So go ahead and just get a few nice and mustard, nice and covered in mustard. Okay, after you've got them all nice and mustarded up, covered in mustard, and they've been sitting there for a couple minutes, pour your favorite seasoning in a Ziploc bag. Go ahead and drop a couple fillets in the bag. I'm just gonna drop them all in the bag, screw it. Zip it up with a nice amount of air in there, so that when you shake it, it really moves around. And you're just gonna shake it for about a minute or 30 seconds, I'll probably do. And what you're doing here is you're just covering it. Make sure all your fillets are separating, so just kind of manhandle them a little bit. You're not gonna hurt them. Make sure your bag doesn't bust open on you, or you're gonna have a real mess on your hands. All right, so that's that. I believe that they are all covered in our favorite mix here. Go ahead and pick one out, and look at that. That's what you're left with, and you go ahead and eat it. No, we're gonna go ahead and heat up the oil now. Pour your oil in your pan that you chose. Really, the amount of oil you pour in depends on the thickest piece of fish that you have. My rule of thumb is if your thickest piece is about a 1/2 inch thick, you want your oil to be about half that thick, so a 1/4 inch. So basically you can cook it half on this side, flip it over, and you're cooking that side there. You know your oil is ready, nice and hot, when you get a little water on your fingers and you just sort of pop it in there and it'll pop like that. It means you're nice and ready. You don't want to wait till it's smoking. Put it on, once it's this hot, put it on medium high, medium, keep it about that temperature. Go ahead and drop your fillets on in. There's no real secret to how long you cook them for. Just until they're golden brown. You'll watch how I cook them. And keep paying attention, because not all of your crappie are gonna be the same size. You're gonna have some thick fillets, you're gonna have some thin fillets. So some are gonna cook a little quicker than others. It's just kind of, you know, up to you to watch them and make sure. I would say about 5 or so minutes in the pan and they're done. Look at that big old thick guy there. So that one's gonna cook a little longer. Use a fork to kind of move them around. So you see how some of these are just completely submerged? You've almost got them in a fry daddy. And you can just cook those one side. If you want to flip them, just see how the other side's doing, you feel free to do so. All right, it's been a couple minutes. I'm just gonna go ahead and flip them all. Just kind of check out what the bottom's looking like. We got a nice gold. I want them to be a little more cooked there. Ooh, that one's falling apart on us. That's a good sign. And it smells delicious, y'all, let me tell you. All right, we're gonna give them another couple minutes, then we're gonna take them out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start taking some of these out of here because they are a little thinner and they're falling apart on me and they are done. Look at that. I'm gonna leave this big thick one in there. I'm gonna flip it one more time. I am gonna chop it in half though. Take that thin piece out. And go ahead and get your next batch in while our oil is still a good temperature. Oh, that big fillet is nice and crispy, y'all. That's what I want to see right there. Nice golden brown right there. That is excellent. Well, I hope you all learned how to catch, clean, and cook crappie today. This is my favorite recipe by far. It's super simple. You can also use pancake batter. I'll show you all that sometime. I enjoy this with tartar sauce or mustard. I really like mustard with it. I know I cook it with mustard, but yeah. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, like the video. I'll see y'all next time.